Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make is a chocolate pound cake. I love regular pound cakes, vanilla pound cakes, but this particular chocolate one is, I think, really fantastic. It's great with a scoop of ice cream, unfrosted. You can just sprinkle powdered sugar over the top. There's so many great desserts that you can make with this chocolate pound cake. So let's get started. First, what we're going to start off with is a ½ pound of butter. I cut it up into small pieces because I think it's a lot faster to cream it and break it up and move it along for the video. So I'm going to do that, just break that up. Okay. The next thing that we're going to be putting in is a ½ cup of solid shortening in the butter. And we're going to just cream that together. And that shouldn't take too long at all. Okay. The next thing we're going to be putting in is granulated sugar, and you need 3 cups of this. So I'm just going to put a little at a time here. And cream it all together, beat it all in together. Till it all comes together. Okay, that was three cups. And I'm just going to clean the sides of my mixing bowl here. Okay. All right. Next thing that we're going to do is, I just want to show you what that looks like so far. We're going to put our eggs in, and I've had them at room temperature. You're going to need 5 eggs and go ahead and beat them, and that's what I did. And we're going to just put those in a little at a time till it becomes really smooth and fluffy. And almost a pale yellow color to it. A relatively really quick and easy pound cake to put together. Okay, I'm going to just beat that a little bit longer. Okay, that looks nice and silky. Now let's start the dry ingredients. We're going to alternate them also with milk, but what we're going to do is we're going to need all-purpose flour, and you're going to be needing 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, in that flour we're going to be putting in a ½ teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, we're going to be putting in a ½ teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to just stir that with a spoon a little bit here. Okay, all right, and then we're also going to be putting in 4 tablespoons of unsweetened baking cocoa, and you can make them, you know, heaping if you want, if you don't want to put level, especially because you want it to be really a rich chocolate. Okay. And now we're going to start putting our dry with our wet, a little at a time. Okay, and we're going to alternate it with a cup of milk and put it in when we need it. And just alternate it. And this shouldn't take you very long at all. Okay. And have some more dry to go in here. There we go. All our dry is in. And I'm going to put the rest of the milk in and then just beat it till it's silky smooth. And the last thing that you're going to be putting in is a tablespoon of vanilla. That was 1 tablespoon. Once again, I want to clean the sides and get to the bottom of my mixing bowl. And this shouldn't take you too long. I have it on high speed so that I can move it along for the video. Okay, let's take the paddle out. Get rid of the excess. We want to get it all in there as much as we can. We don't want to waste any. Okay, and I'm going to show you what the batter looks like. It's really quite light and fluffy. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. And then it has that real pretty rich chocolate color and that great smell of chocolate. And again, I just want to make sure that everything is combined. Okay? Now, you're going to need a large pan. I would suggest a tube pan. Some are 10 or 12 cups. I heavily greased it and also dusted it with flour. And I'm going to put that into my little square tube pan here. And I want to try to make sure that it's quite level on all sides and get into the corners with the batter. Now you're going to be baking this cake at 325, and it's going to take you anywhere from maybe an hour to 25 minutes. So, you know, start watching it. I like to start watching mine, after about, say, an hour, just to keep an eye on it. And that type of thing, because as we do realize, all our ovens set up so differently. And let me get the excess off here. And then I just want to level everything as much as I can all the way around in this pan. There we go, especially getting those edges. All right. Now, once it comes out, though, let it sit in the pan just for a few minutes. And then what I would suggest to do is to, on a cooling rack, of course. And then what you want to do is, I would invert the cake over and let it cool, that it's upside down. I usually use a funnel on top of the table or, you know, countertop, and then invert the cake over and then let it cool. But let it sit on that cooling rack, you know, for, you know, even 5-8 minutes, something like that. And then it, you know, turn it upside down, like I said, to invert the cake. All right? Let me rinse my hands very quickly here, and then I'd like to show you one that's been baked up. Now before I do that, I want to show you, this is the pan though that I made it in. It's actually a star pan that I use for the mold, and I thought it, you know, would be nice to make this particular one that I'm showing you into the square tube pan. Okay, and this is how it turned out. Now, what I ended up doing was I made a sugar glaze out of powdered sugar and milk. You can also use water. And then I actually just put colored jimmies on the top of the pound cake. And let's cut into it. And to give you an idea of what the pound cake looks like on the inside. All right, and let me get a plate here for it, and I can lay it down to probably show you a lot better. It really comes out to be a moist, semi-delicate, I would say, in texture. It is a pound cake, so you know pound cake does have a density to the texture, but it's such a great tasting a pound cake. It really is. If you get a chance and you try this recipe, well, leave a comment. I'd like to hear from you. See if you liked it or not, or how it turned out for you. And as always, I want to thank you for watching Diane Lovetobake. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon.